From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update.
You want to go where to buy a new refrigerator? Steve's A to Z Appliance in Cottonwood? In Cottonwood? Just a 10-minute drive. And they'll save us money. New and used, honest, reliable, factory-trained repair service and parts, and they'll save us money. And dispose of this thing? We gotta make the short drive to Steve's A to Z. Thanks, son.
Steve's A to Z Appliance, front and main streets in Cottonwood. Drive a little, save a lot.
Well, we are expecting those cooler temperatures for your Father's Day weekend. 90s today. I expect 80s in the valley for tomorrow, and really the entire weekend, upper 80s. And then mid 80s by the time you get into the early next week. But unfortunately, those winds are picking up. We're noticing it this afternoon. We're going to notice it over the weekend. As a result, the fire weather watch has been upgraded to a red flag warning for the second half of the weekend into early next week. Now, it should be mainly dry, though. I don't expect much in the way of rain anytime soon. So, looking at your neighborhood forecast for today, yeah, we're still in the 90s this afternoon, but by tomorrow, even the valley will drop down into the 80s, and most of the higher elevations will drop down to the 70s. So there's that red flag warning for tomorrow night through Sunday night. They're looking at those gusty winds and low humidity. Again, the temperature is not that bad, but it's the winds, it's the low humidity that we've really got to be on the lookout for. So let's take a look at those winds this afternoon. This is today at 6 p.m. I mean, look at that. We're talking 30, 40 miles per hour. Quite honestly, we should probably be even looking at that red flag warning this afternoon and going into Saturday and Sunday, because we're going to be looking at the low humidity and gusty winds later on today. There's Saturday morning, still a little gusty in the morning. Winds actually not as strong tomorrow as they will be this afternoon, but still 20 to 30 miles per hour very easily. And then Sunday morning, still breezy in the morning hours. In the afternoon, once again, looking at those very gusty winds. So we look at the humidity now, and you can see very low humidity here, even at the noon hour. As we take you through the afternoon, we're still looking at those about 10 to even 15 or close to 20%. That is low, and low enough to really increase and elevate that fire danger. Now, the humidity levels should increase a little bit for Saturday morning, but by Saturday afternoon, there they are again in the single digits and teens, and even looking at that low humidity off in the eastern mountains as well. Sunday, 6 a.m., we're not seeing much recovery. We're at between 20 and 30% in the valley. That's pretty low, especially in the morning hours. So you can bet it's going to be another low humidity as we take you on into your Sunday as well. So here's your fire weather risk. It is going to be high. In fact, the high to very high range for this afternoon. All right, notice Saturday doesn't look to be quite as strong. Now, the reason being is this particular model looks at three different elements: temperature, wind, and humidity. Now, since the temperature is dropping, it won't be that bad. It's not looking at the fire danger as bad as, say, today, for example, because it will be warmer today. But then as we go on into your Sunday, even in the morning, we're already starting to get into that moderate range. And unfortunately, the model data doesn't go out far enough to really give us that indication. But with the gusty winds, low humidity, you can bet we're going to be looking at some of those oranges here for Sunday afternoon. So let's take a look at the big picture. Area of low pressure here, another one behind that. That is all what's going to be sweeping on through to our north and giving us the cooler temperatures over the weekend. That's what's moving on in here for Saturday and Sunday. And then this is what's coming in for Monday, actually. And this is what could potentially, Sunday night into Monday morning, bring a chance for a few showers in some areas. But at this point, doesn't look to be much, if anything, quite honestly. And there, of course, those winds, they may even linger on into Tuesday before that moves out. Now, the thing is, going into next week, we do have some cooler air up to our north, but it's going to be fairly far to our north. So I do expect an increase in our temperatures by the end of next week. So there you can see, Sunday night into Monday, you did see kind of push on through, but overall, I'm expecting to see those dry conditions, and this is most likely going to continue through the majority, if not all, of next week. All right, so let's go and take a look at our forecast for today. Those temperatures are going to be in the low to mid 90s in the valley. We're talking 80s for many of the higher elevations. So again, we are looking at those cooler temperatures today, especially in the mountains. than what we saw yesterday. There's a look at your 7-day outlook for the valley, dropping down the upper 80s over the weekend, mid-80s by Monday, and then there's the gradual bump up in our temperatures for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Now, of course, for the coast, you're not going to be looking at those hot temperatures. It's going to be right around 60, give or take, a little bit warmer. We're talking 63 to 64 by Wednesday, Thursday. I have included that slight chance for showers, mainly Sunday night, though, into early Monday morning. Otherwise, really not looking at much in the way of rainfall. There you can see your 7-day outlook for Mount Shasta City, for Alturas and Susanville, dropping over the weekend with an increase going through next week.
Everywhere I go, I'm riding with pride. I'm riding on my go-go. Watch me glide. Everywhere I go, I'm getting around. I'm riding on my go-go. All over town. I'm riding in style and feeling so right. It's easy to take and it's all so right. Everywhere I go, I'm riding on my go-go.
Everything Medical, your mobility experts.